Everyone, what's going on? It's Daniel here, and I know you're probably thinking like, what's going on with this board? But recently I just got requested to do a stubborn fat solution series, okay? To get rid of stubborn fat and to make everything like all this crazy complex stuff that you read in books and make it easy to understand. So I wrote some stuff down, and I'll probably write it down on the link below, like so you guys can read it as well. But basically, what you need to know about stubborn fat, before we even get into stubborn fat, I need to talk to you a little bit about some of the fats that we have already, and kind of like dispel some of the things that you're probably thinking in the top of your head. So stubborn fat is actually not just like one fat. There's not just two fats. There's not just your stomach fat and then your back fat, or just stomach fat and then stubborn fat, right? There's multiple ways of fats in your body. And I'm going to talk to you about these, and I'll write them down because I know you guys probably can't really see them. But if you can read along below, I'll put like the comments, I'll put like this stuff in there. If you can read along and kind of hear me out and try to understand, there's two ways that you can learn in a different sense. Okay, so number one is essential fats, right? This is like what your brain and your nerves need to basically insulate your nerves. That's, you know, in your brain, you have fats in your brain. You need this. Like this is something we don't worry about, because even if you wanted to, you can't get rid of it. Okay, and for guys, essential fats is like 3 to 5% body fat. For women, it's about 8 to 12. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to know about essential fats, unless you're like in physiology and you do all these medical stuff. Other than that, for weight loss, don't need to know much more. Number two is brown adipose tissue, or what they call BAT fat. And basically all it's really doing is providing heat for your body. Okay, because it has a lot of mitochondria. And it burns a lot more fat, right? Because in mitochondria is like, you probably heard this in biology once upon a time. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? It's like, has a lot of energy. Well, energy produces heat. So brown adipose tissue has a lot of energy, a lot of mitochondria. Conversely, there's a white adipose tissue that doesn't have much going on. It really doesn't do anything, because it has the opposite. It has less mitochondria, doesn't burn so much fat. And so you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I want to burn more fat. I want more BAT, right? I want more BAT. The thing about it is, as of right now, as me talking, I haven't seen any research that shows that there's any way to combat this BAT fat. Okay, so we'll just kind of like put this one on the side as well. But I still want to give you guys this essential things that you need to know about fat before we even get into the stubborn fat. Okay, so number three is visceral fat. Now this is important for a lot of the health people like myself, people that work with people that have, you know, fat around their arteries, or potential have a heart attack and things like that. This is where this is important, because this is not this kind of fat. This is not this kind of fat, right? It's inside your body. It's inside, like around your organs. The visceral fat is kind of what makes people like look like a pear or an apple. You know, you've ever heard that? Like they have the apple-shaped body or the pear-shaped body. Well, the visceral fat has something to do with that, okay? And unless you're a professional, health professional, then you really don't need to know this either, because there's some ways to get rid of this, and obviously it's through weight loss and exercise and stuff. But that's typically what you're looking at when you're thinking about visceral fat. It's like you're when you go to the doctor and they say you have too much fat around your arteries, or you have a clogged artery, or you have too much fat around your heart, things like that. Like when you have I think it's a pear-shaped body. No, an apple-shaped body is bad for your heart, because you have all the fat like stored around your heart, and that's not good for you. So this one right here, number 4, is typically what we all think of. Everybody's like, I want to get rid of fat. How do I lose fat and build muscle and don't get like super skinny, or I don't want to lose too much mass? And guys or ladies, it's like, hey, I don't want to get too big, bulky, but I want to get lean and slender and toned. I just want to look good, right? This is what we're talking about. because it's subcutaneous, which means sub means under, and then cutaneous means the skin. So right under the skin. So that's like this kind of fat, right? That's the fat that we all worry about. So that's basically where we're gonna leave it for this time. And then stubborn fat. This is like the hardest stuff to get off. It's pretty easy to put on, and typically for males, you store it, men store it around their lower back and their stomach, and in the bottom of their stomach. Women, however, don't really store it in their lower back or on their stomach, okay? They store it typically in their legs and their thighs. So ladies, if you're watching this, now you know where you store most of your fat. Even if we take care of all the subcutaneous, we take care of the visceral fat, even if we take care of all your fats, you get down to essentials, you're still gonna have some stubborn fat. And that's why I'm doing this series, to kind of help you understand stubborn fat, understand the fats, and how to get rid of it. Okay, so I just wanted to cover in this video. If you like this video, like it and share it, because it's going to help me know that this is a good content for you and I can continue producing great content for you. So if this helped you out, please share it and let someone know about my next video on stubborn fat. Okay, and I'll start to go more in detail about these things as well. So my series on stubborn fat is coming soon. Thank you.